Spartans. Hey, one of the really cool things about it being New Year's is that this is a holiday that's celebrated all around the world, and it means the same thing in a lot of different cultures around the world. And what it means is renewal, rebirth, and reflection on the year that we just had. And so we're going to take a little time in advisory today to do those things and to set some goals for the upcoming year. 1/3 of all New Year's resolutions, Spartans, are busted by January. And that's because people don't really make good New Year's resolutions. So I'm going to talk for a little bit about what makes a good resolution for you and how you can set and attain your goals in the coming year. So a lot of times resolutions get busted because they're too vague, or because they're about something that somebody else wants you to do instead of something that you want to do, or even because you don't have a realistic plan for achieving your goal. So we're going to talk about how to write a good New Year's resolution. You're going to write one, share it with your advisory, and then we're going to update those goals and check in on them periodically throughout the rest of the year. So a good New Year's resolution and a good goal of any kind is going to be specific. So if your goal is that you want to do more homework, don't say, I want to do more homework. Say, I want to do 30% more homework in the coming year. You can say, I want to complete 80% of my homework by the 3rd week of March. That's a better resolution than I want to do more homework, because you don't really know what you want to do and how much more homework you want to do. It's also measurable, so you want to make sure that you've been able to track your progress throughout your goal. So, for example, if I know I do 50% of my homework right now, then I can also say that I want to do 30% more. I'm going to do 80% by March. And I can take a look at my assignments and I can keep track of how many assignments I do. You also want to make that measurement something that you can build up to, because you're not going to be perfect right away. So you want to go 50%, 60%, 75%, 80% instead of going from 0 to 60 in one day on New Year's Day. You also want an achievable goal. It might not be realistic to say, I'm going to do all my homework, right? Because things happen, and you don't want to bust your goal too early. 100% might not be realistic. So you want to leave yourself some wiggle room to recognize that you're not a perfect person and that you might not do everything you set out to do right away. So leaving a little wiggle room, making it achievable for you, is a really good decision. You want to make it relevant too. Look, maybe homework doesn't matter to you, right? I can't imagine that to be true, but it's possible that your homework doesn't matter to you. And if it doesn't matter to you, you're not going to stick to your goal. You want to make sure that you've got a relevant goal that matters to you, that you've picked something that you care about to focus on. Also, and lastly, you want to make sure that your goal is time-bound, meaning that there's a date certain where you have succeeded or you have not succeeded, and you can measure yourself based on that date. So for example, if I want to do 80% of my homework by the 3rd week in March, I'll know by the 3rd week in March whether or not I've attained my goal. So these are SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant to me, and time-bound. And we're going to take a moment now to think about SMART goals for you. Right? What would your SMART goal be if you had to set one for the coming year? So I want you to think for a few minutes after I stop talking about a personal or academic goal that you want to achieve and that you can write a SMART goal for in your advisory today. I want you to write your goal in your agenda book under today's date. That's January 3rd, 2019. And use that SMART goal format. It doesn't have to be long. I'll show you mine. My goal is to lose 10 pounds by my birthday, March 23rd. And that's a healthy pace for losing weight, and it's measurable, it's achievable, I think, and it's time-bound. By the time I'm 40, I want to have lost 10 pounds. We're going to check in on this goal on February 8th. That's the first day one in February, and so we'll check in on it then and see how you're doing, whether you've achieved the goal or making progress toward that goal. And I'm going to just put that SMART goal framework up here again for you. After I stop talking, I'll disappear and you'll have that SMART goal framework up here for you to look at as you write your goal. I'm also going to ask that after you write your goal, you share that goal with your advisory. And so I want you to choose something that you feel comfortable sharing with your advisory and your advisor. And then we'll update each other on our progress as we go through the year. Listen, Spartans, have a great 2019. Make it a great year or not. The choice is yours.
funny you chose to advertise to everyone when your birthday is so that you could get presents on that day.
Oh, thank you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should I have not?
I think we should be